Coming to the Tainted Tavern, come sit a while for free. We talk about our musings and devices we've been using.
Today, welcome to the Tainted Tavern. I've got a pipe tobacco review for you. I'm going to be smoking today my Peterson Bard pipe. I purchased this brand new back last year sometime, August, September-ish. It's had several smokes. It's a lovely smoker. It's got a fishtail mouthpiece, so it's not got the Peterson famed P-lip, which I do like, but fishtail's fine. The stem fits nicely into the pipe itself. It's a lovely dark smooth finish, and I'm going to be smoking a tobacco that I've had in my cellar since 2014, and that is Cornell Diehl's Kajun Kake. Now I'm UK based, so if you're wondering where I got a tin like this, well, I ordered this from Four Noggins back in the day when it wasn't so awkward to order tobacco from abroad. So Kajun Kake, the tin tells us, it's billed as one of the classics. It's a vapor that is Virginia Perique. It's sweet red Virginias mixed in with some Louisiana St. James Parish Perique. The tin tells us that it's naturally sweet red Virginias and a touch of everyone's favourite Cajun spice, Louisiana Perique, pressed into a crumble cake, and it is a cake. I filled a bowl, but I'll just show you the cake. Now, bearing in mind, this has been aging now. I bought it. I've smoked a few pipes here and there of it, but I purposely kept it for aging. Now, what I did earlier was I cut off a slice of the cake and rubbed it out, and considering it's had 14 years on it, it was not too dry. It wasn't particularly moist, but it was not too dry. I do love these tins that the tobacco comes in that they get over in America. It's far more attractive than what we get over here in the UK, with some great tin artwork on there. Now, as I say, I'm smoking this from my Peterson. I've pre-filled the bowl. So, without further ado, let's get a flame to the tobacco. As it's charring light, just tamp it down slightly. Because if you're new to pipe smoking and you're wondering why on most of my videos I light the pipe, then tamp it down gently and then relight it again. When you do the first light, bring the flame to the bowl. Initially bring the flame to the bowl. The tobacco will spring up a little bit, and you'll char the surface of the tobacco. Then I'll tamp it down gently and then give it its proper light. So just a little tip there for new pipe smokers. The stem's not fitted properly, so now it is.
Watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest. In the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed. Smoking my pipe.
Well, this is it's as I say, it's a vapor, but it's not a traditional vapor. It's got a little spin on it.
Smoking my pipe like a wind.
And it has been said, which is why I've aged this tobacco so long, it has been noted by several pipe reviewers and pipe magazines that this stuff ages really well. And so I've aged it. So the review of what I'm going to get you now from this, how reflective this could be of a new tin of Kajun Kake. You know, I don't think it'll be a million miles away. Certain things may have improved, certain things may have heightened, certain flavours may have heightened, but it still will be basically the same tobacco. Apparently this has got a good range of reviews on tobaccoreviews.com, but I can't access tobacco reviews because for a long time now over here in the UK, every time you try and go to tobacco reviews, it just says that it's been blocked. Never used to be. That's annoying.
But through the cornfield comes a gentle evening breeze. At the doorway of my cottage I recall old memories. Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe.
Burns really well. And you know, packs really well as well. Just break a bit of the cake off. as I say, rub it out. Full housekeeping. I'm drinking a bourbon. It's Wild Turkey 101.
Those far off places beyond.
As I said, this is the vapor. That is Virginia and Louisiana Perique, but apparently this contains a significant amount of Perique. So Perique may be the primary taste you're getting with this, that spiciness, but it's not too pungent in terms of spice.
I must say, it's quite incredible the emotion men feel about this St. Bruno thing. I mean, get them within a mile of the silly stuff and they start raving about its glorious flavor. Oops. And how it takes 10 days to produce an ounce of that precious, slow-burning blend. Quite frankly, I think they're madly hyperbolical. Thank you. But show me a man with St. Bruno in his pipe, and I'll show him my unwavering credulity. Believe that, and you believe anything.
The blue familiar faces.
You do get a kind of hint of figs.
That once I knew. I recall those days behind me and the happiness they.
I realise that a lot of you viewing now just come to my channel for my pipe tobacco reviews, but you may find some interest. I did a review yesterday of a crime series which is available in the US on BritBox and over here in the UK on ITVX called After the Flood. You know, check out that video. That's one of my favourite pastimes. When I want to relax of an evening, I'll pour myself a whiskey, I'll fill myself a bowl, and watch a good crime drama. I do like crime drama, especially good ones, you know, quality ones. I'm a big fan of what became to be known as Nordic Noir. I think The Bridge probably was one of my favourite television series ever. The Killing was good too, but of course there was a US version of The Killing. I think it was a US version of The Bridge too. I think. But the original Danish-Swedish co-production, fantastic.
Every sundown you will find me with a heart that is content, smoking my pipe.
Yeah, the sweet, the promised sweetness of the Virginia is there. It's delivering on that.
Smoking my pipe.
I think the way that the Virginias are used in this, they are slowly toasted, which of course forms a Cavendish base. And it is a rich, deep taste. Figs, maybe even some prune, and quite a considerable spiciness from the Perique, that famed peppery taste, but it's not overpowering.
You remember the first time we met? You were the only one in that railway carriage who didn't like me smoking my dear old pipe. Compromise, I opened the window. What a lovely surprise you gave me on our wedding day. A tobacco jar.
It's got a very high nicotine content and all. In terms of nicotine, I think it would be termed to be medium to high. When considering the amount of Perique used in this blend, then that's to be expected. To Perique, rather than being used as a condiment, it seems to be front forward with the Virginias, the Cavendish Virginias, which have been treated to become like a Cavendish type tobacco, are used as a condiment to mellow things out slightly. Some sourness there, and maybe a tangy, vinegary taste.
How I remember each smile and tear as life's December drawing near. Time's old ever-moving finger closes one more day, but yet, while such thoughts as mine can linger, I'll have nothing to...
I think if you smoke this on an empty stomach, you set your head spinning. It's very, very potent. I do like the taste though.
regret smoking my pipe.
I've smoked quite a few vapors, but this is one of the most unusual vapors in that the Perique is so forward in this.
Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe.
I wouldn't say it's too overbearing though. I think it's a tobacco that needs to be respected, that needs to be sipped rather than rushed. And the quite unique Red Virginia Cavendish base that's used in this gives it a something of a chocolatey taste. But that nicotine it is pretty substantial with it.
I started smoking a pipe because I liked the smell. First I smoked raspberry glop and smelled like a walking fruit salad. Then I tried Angel's Breath and the chicks went wild. But Angel's Breath tasted like dragon's fire, so I gave up the chicks to save my mouth. Then I tried Carter Hall, cool and smooth, and the aroma. Oh, the chicks are back. Pass the word, the chicks are back. Carter Hall.
I think it's got a very potent room note as well. It tickles your nose when you try and detect the aroma straight at the top of the bowl. It's definitely a bold flavour with significant nicotine content. A vapour that deserves to be tried, especially if you're used to vapour blends. This is almost meaty in terms. I've smoked Old Fired Kentucky, and that's a very bold tobacco. This is similarly bold, but flavour wise it's on the different end of the spectrum. Very spicy, very, very spicy. That pepperiness from the Perique is far more evident in this than any other vapour I've ever smoked. I'm starting to get hiccups here, or niccups, but that's due to the high nicotine content of this tobacco. An all-day smoke? I don't think so. I think I'd fall over after a few bowls. But relaxed with and enjoyed, it's very good. Like all pipe tobaccos, it depends what you want from your smoke. If you feel that you're ready to try something this strong, this earthy, this vibrant in terms of Perique, then it's well worth trying. If you were a new pipe smoker, this could probably put you off initially. It's far too strong, I think, for beginners. But I'm enjoying it. I mean, this would never become that regular a smoke for me, because my favourite type of tobacco blends are English style blends. I do love Latakia. I'm a Latakia fiend. This, of course, is totally on the other end of the spectrum to Latakia. But I also enjoy a vapour from time to time, and this tin will probably go back in my cellar and get a few more years of aging before I even try it again. But I'm glad I own it. If I ever get some friends around who are pipe smokers, perhaps in the summer when we can sit out back on the deck in on a lovely evening, drink a few whiskies, I'd like to give everyone a bowl of this. Fill everyone's pipe. That'll sort the men from the boys. You are getting some sweetness, but it's primarily that spiciness. They say that with aging, the Perique softens somewhat. As I say, this is at 14 years. Is it 14? 12, isn't it? I'm trying to think of another tobacco to compare it to, but I can't really. I mean, most vapours, you get that earthy grassy texture of the Virginias. Don't get that with this. Very little of that. There is some sweetness there, which is of course provided by the Cavendish-based Virginias. Perique is front and centre. Ooh, that is a potent smoke. It's a strong, tasty tobacco. The red Virginias being processed into Cavendish is really unusual in a vapour. Pipes out of my mouth, and I've got that the tastes left in my mouth, which are considerable. I did initially try it fresh, but I can't remember what the experience was. I've just ordered off Amazon. I've got several notebooks, whiskey tasting notebooks, where you put your notes in there, and there's columns for notes, and I bought one for pipe tobaccos. I'm going to start keeping a journal of the tobaccos I smoke, and then I can look back at it in time, because if I'd done that when I first bought this tin fresh, I could compare what I'm experiencing now to what my initial experiences were with this tobacco. As you can see, it burns really well. I mean, this is a large bowl as well, and perhaps this is a little bit of a strong tobacco for such a large bowl. Perhaps I should have had a smaller bowl. I do like this Bard, but then I'm a big fan of Peterson's. I'm sat here on a cold February evening in South Wales, United Kingdom, and smoking this. I swear I can hear the mosquitoes and frogs and creepy crawlies out on the bayou down in Louisiana. Down to New Orleans. Regular viewers will know that I don't smoke in the house. My wife goes bananas. She's out tonight, which is why I'm going to have to spray a tin and a half of air freshener and open all the windows to get rid of the aroma of this stuff. You know, I'm getting down into the bowl now, and the sweetness of the Virginias are coming through more. I probably will have another bowl of this pretty soon, I think, contrary to what I've just said, because it's an interesting tobacco. Will I ever buy another tin of this? Well, if I'm ever over in the States, I probably will, but I won't order another tin. I won't run the risk of the tobacco Nazis grabbing it as it comes through customs and trying to charge me a fortune on top of what I already pay for the stuff. Though you guys over in the US do pay a lot less for tobacco than we do over here in the UK. But I think from what I read, things are changing for you guys too, and these draconian tobacco laws are now spreading out right over the globe. Coming down to the bottom of the bowl and my head's going zoom, zoom, zoom. It's very, very strong in nicotine. So yes, very, very spicy, peppery, but not overly peppery. It's just you are getting that Perique spice, but with the usual vapor type blend. The spicy Perique is usually in the background, you know, tickling your taste buds. This is front forward. But the pepperiness seems to be toned down somewhat, but you're still getting that very, very spicy, almost like a curry powder. It's not bad. I can't complain. That's Cajun cake. I'm going to finish this bowl now and likely pass out. Cheers.
Coming to the Tainted Tavern, come sit a while for free. We talk about our musings and devices we've been using.